And we are live. We are live. Second time's a charm. How are we getting on, guys? Steve is picking up the TikTokers. Hi, TikTokers. We're in the studio. If you're in the chat, say hello to us. We're in a ranty mood. The two of us. I feel that energy myself today.
I do.
You have to talk to the mic.
This is the first time since Christmas, I'd say, that I've had a real lot of energy, and it's just bursting to get out there. So I don't know what it was. I got a good run in. I got a good night's sleep, and sleep is very important. As important as exercise and diet. For anyone that's watching on the TikTok channel, this is the first time I think we've ever gone live on the TikTok. Actually, I went live on TikTok in America when I was there, but I was baked out of it and had many days drink involved as well. So yeah, this is the first sober live TikTok we've done as well.
We're very scooch over a bit. Square off.
How is the sound?
We're kind of all
like this way.
No, the other way.
Oh. I want to get it. I wanted to get right close to you there, Chris.
But do I smell good?
You smell lovely.
Okay, that's good.
I'm drooping a little here.
There's no one in the chat. That's weird. It's not like us.
No, well, it is a bit earlier than normal. So it is. It is a bit earlier than normal. So we're just going to go with it. I have a lot of days up in Dublin over the next couple of days, so I wanted to get one in. Before I head up.
Colin O'Reilly.
Colin O'Reilly, good man.
Big boy Colin O'Reilly. No better man.
Where are we going now? I just want to get the comments up when they do start coming in.
How are you keeping yourself, Steve?
I'm good.
Stressed out.
I'm a little stressed out. No, I'm not stressed out. I'm just like
annoyed.
I'm annoyed at the whole work and watching like the stuff on social media, watching the news. Not that I try and avoid the news. It just does not make sense.
Yeah,
it does not make sense what people are finding offense by and what they're not finding offense by. Most people are not being offended by the stuff that they shouldn't be offended by, and that's the way it should be. But there's a small amount of people that just are out just to piss on the crack parade.
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
But then again, when you see the likes of Joe Biden,
I'm going to try and share this picture that I just found, right?
Which is meant to be the leader of the free world. Is there such thing as a free world anymore?
It's hard to know.
I don't know. I don't think so. And
I'm just going to share that picture for anyone that's listening. They can see this picture. What is he thinking?
Yeah, is he just after putting that up?
Yeah, I'm just after putting that up.
No, but is he just after putting that up?
He put that up yesterday.
Yesterday.
Like, look at him.
In relation to what?
The Kansas City Chiefs win.
Right. Okay.
But
well, then
why
that
did
was
he
today.
make himself look like Terminator when half of Gaza is being bombed to smithereens?
When there's so much going on in the world, I put up a little post on Facebook a few days ago as well. Like Joe Biden, Irish or not Irish?
Well, he's not Irish. He's
from Mayo.
American.
Well, exactly. He's about as Irish now as marmalade. But connections with Mayo or no connections with Mayo. How is a man like that able to be in a position that he's in America, in the world?
Yeah.
I was. It's not often I agree with my father, and my father he does these things, I think, just to annoy me sometimes when he goes on about Trump and the stuff that's going on in America and the stuff that's going on in the world. But sometimes he actually is a valid point. Sometimes he makes sense, and he just happened to have, which he always does, have something on about Joe Biden, and it's actually comedy gold. If I was in America, the content that I would have, the reason I don't make skits of what's going on in America is not really relevant to us, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
I could try to keep it as close to home as possible, but it is laughable. I mean, the man just can't string a full sentence together.
It's shocking. It's actually gross.
You get secondhand embarrassment of it.
It's unbelievable that it's it's just weird. It's weird watching him. It's like an old doddry old man that's been let loose.
Yeah.
But he's technically the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true anymore, But that's what it was.
Well,
always saying.
he definitely in the Western world.
Yeah,
he is.
well, he's one of them. Like,
Or well, actually, he's a puppet. He's
Yeah.
I've no doubt about it that he's a puppet for people in the background. And the problem is they're no better.
It's brutal. Like, I think so Jade goes, I think he's
Hi,
mocking
Jade.
the right wing conspiracies about Taylor Swift. That might be it. I don't know what the in joke is there, but like, why does he make himself out to be Terminator?
I think he's mocking the right wing conspiracies about. Well, I don't know any of the conspiracies about Taylor Swift, but the fact that there's so much going on in the world, and this is his tweet.
Like,
It just doesn't make sense.
he could cut off Israel tomorrow and end this shit.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, there it's chill. I saw, and why I'm really really angry about is that I read this story only an hour ago about this 6-year-old girl who basically saw her so basically herself and her family were trying to get safe passage to southern Gaza, right?
Mhm.
They were in a car and her whole family was sniped out of it. She was on the phone for 3 hours to paramedics to try. She's 6.
Wow.
6-year-old girl. She's on 999 call to the Palestinian Red Cross, and they negotiated a safe passage for the Red Cross to come in and get that child out. And then the Red Cross came in and they were killed as well.
Wow.
And that child's last abiding memory was the people that were coming to save her were sniped out in front of her.
And her family.
And her whole family dead. She was sitting in a car with their dead family
did they
for
find her?
3 hours. No, she's dead.
She's dead as well.
They killed her as well. They bombed the Red Cross coming in.
The ambulance. I think I seen that.
It's horrific.
Was her name like
sorry.
Heidi or something?
Yeah, Heidi.
Heine
Yeah.
or something like that. It's
Hind,
absolutely.
or maybe Hind.
I don't know.
But like,
yeah, it's absolutely insane.
and then, but like, Joe Biden is putting up tweets basically turning himself into Terminator.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's weird.
I mean that's a very like the whole thing that's going on in Gaza.
I
is
know,
a
it's
very sensitive, very
it's
sensitive
heavy,
topic.
like, and it's, but like,
There's so many players involved in it, and they're all wrongins. But the problem is, it's the innocent people. It's innocent people, kids, and
yeah, look,
and innocent people that are getting
but like,
are being
when
affected.
When you see, like, obviously, it's to Joe Biden, it's just another war. It's just another day.
Well, it's another payday because I'm sure he's involved in the arms trade, somewhere along the line, and all his mates,
and
all his mates
but
are as
all
well.
the rest, all like Trump was selling guns to Saudi Arabia, who were fighting the Houthis and bombing them out, and then they interrupt the whole trying to stop the defense of Gaza. The Houthis started attacking American ships only a couple of weeks ago. It's all interconnected.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Absolutely,
It's absolutely crazy. And I'd say America have been involved in a lot of wars, in most wars. In saying that, I think Trump was the only president that didn't start a war.
He didn't start, but like, that doesn't mean that America was at war while
And I'm not
proxy wars.
I wouldn't be a massive Trump fan, but Biden is making Trump look like a good choice at this stage.
Well, it's shocking that a 78-year-old man like Trump can make an 82-year-old man look so old.
Yeah, that is true too. Something is going to have to be done. I mean, that is crazy. I watched the clips on him. I really wanted him. The thing is, I wanted him to succeed. I wanted him to be a good president. The Irish touch is always, I'm always going to think, well, it's great, but what a letdown he has been. And if he runs again,
well, he is. They have no other choice.
Mental, absolutely mental.
Blodsburger says, lads, do you see the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin?
I seen bits of it. I want to watch it all. I want to watch it all. Again, that's what I got secondhand information or secondhand commentary on it from my father. So I'll watch it myself and check out my own idea on it and my own thinking on it.
I tell you this much.
But what I did see of it, it was a brilliant interview.
Well, Tucker Carlson didn't push back on him.
Yeah, well,
He's invited to Moscow. He didn't push back on any narrative stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to.
He was never going to. So, is it really like? Is it the type of interview you'd endorse? Basically, all it is Putin putting his objection to what's going on in Ukraine, or his claims to parts of Ukraine historically. He was always going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course he was. But then again, we're only listening to
the Western media.
The Western media, which is very suspect at the best of times, and more suspect it's getting. I don't believe anything on it anymore, to be quite honest with you. I would have to just really think about things myself, and I try and stay off it as much as possible. Jade, what does Jade say? Guessing some staffer suggested he have a sense of humor since his seniority is being discussed recently. Don't know. Yeah, it is crazy. And the thing is, I think it's a form of ageism. Putting them, it's elderly abuse. Putting them out there.
It feels like
it does.
It feels like being wheeled out and go, there you go, pops. One more for the road.
Yeah, but you can actually see. When he's going out into these things, and the Secret Service are bringing him out as far as they can.
Oh.
When they let him go, it's like they look at each other and they're looking at each other, and you can just tell they're like, "What's he going to come out with here?"
Oh, but I look, older people can fail quickly.
Yeah, and he has.
Yeah,
even in his walk,
he looks he could kick it.
Yeah. I don't know. And then his vice president doesn't seem to be much better either. And like I said, I wanted him to succeed, but to succeed, he has not. Positive energy. Hey, lads, are you blocked again on Facebook, Stephen? Are we blocked again on Facebook? No, but not blocked. But again, another heavy restriction, which is as good as being blocked, because it's frustrating, because if the temptation is there to post on it, to keep posting on it, right? And that if you done that video with no restrictions, that it'd go nuts. It'd be a brilliant video. You just know from all the videos that you've done in the past, you know what works, and to see it just sit there and get
nothing,
to get nothing, to get 100 likes, whereas a few years ago it might have got 5,000 or 6,000 likes. It is just painful to watch. The only problem was, and I wouldn't mind, but only last week I said that the Facebook page is starting to grow green shoots again. It's starting to build a little bit of traction. So obviously some of the restrictions had been let go. But the video that was taken down, you see, all the videos that they take down are ones that are doing well.
Yeah.
This one was on 500,000 views. It was on a reel. It was obviously on an explore page, because it went from 100,000 views to 500,000 views in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And was getting shared. So obviously what happens then is it goes on like a for everyone page, not even followers. So people start sharing it, then they start following the page, and Bob's your uncle. And as I said before, I don't give two fucks about the page, only for the fact, well, I do, of course, but only for the fact it sells the tickets. It's a platform.
It's a snapshot of the work you're putting into.
Yeah, exactly. And it's to try and get people to come. We don't do ads. We haven't signed up. We've been asked 1,000 times to do ads. I don't do them. I would rather just sell the tickets for the live shows.
And you want to hang out with your fans. You want them to,
of course,
be interactive.
Interactive. I'll interact with them as much as I can, all day, every day. And of course there are fans that are followers that keeps. And at this stage, they're like, a lot of them have came to the shows, and I'd consider them, friends. Like the likes of Shane Masterson.
Yeah.
He came to a few shows. I'd go for a pint with Shane anytime, and there's loads of people like that.
Wouldn't go for a pint with me though. Where the weekend
I'll go for a pint with you anytime. Drinking creamy pints. The problem with going for a pint with you is it's not just one pint.
Well, Stephen, it never will be.
And
just
it never
one
will
pint.
be. I know that. And same could be said for myself. I just can't do.
I tell you one thing that I noticed earlier, and this is something that I don't see you do too often. You fucking kicked off at one fella that put in a comment about taking the piss out of cancer.
Oh my God! I actually wrote the joke down because I'm using the phone. The joke was nothing to do with cancer at all.
You never kick you never kick back at anyone that has a
no,
comment.
I don't.
But this one you really bit back.
I did a couple of times because there was one fella that he came back again on another post.
Yeah.
When I put up the post this morning that the page got another restriction, he was one of the first.
Just a professional troll.
Yeah, but usually I write above it. But I was like, you know what?
Fucker.
This fucker's
Today.
from this fella's from not Derry. He's from Londonderry.
Oh yeah.
That pissed me off straight away. Okay. And he was.
Now, if you're a unionist and you follow the page,
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Look, it's all a bit. It's a bit of
But
crack
this
at the end of the
fella
time as
is
well. But he
straddling the line,
when you piss me off, I will bring it up. I don't care if you call it fucking Essex.
Yeah.
Right. If you're up for the crack, that is 100%. But he went on a post. The joke was, and I only done it in text. I was going to do it in video, but it was a bit late at night and the light was shite. But the joke was, King Charles finally gets a job after 70 years, does a couple of months, and then does a couple of months to get the stamp, then goes on the sick. ... Lazy prick.
Yeah.
Right? First of all, the stamp is an Irish thing. He was never, it's not the stamp in England. It's
Obviously.
a complete piss take. And then I go, another few weeks, he'll be on the X and O's. And that is basically if you're
on the dole,
the dole,
but you're kind of working
X
a
and
day or
O's,
two.
a day or two here just to cover yourself.
We've all done it, and we've all lied on it.
Yeah, of course. So, and of course, the stamps is an Irish thing. The X and O's is an Irish thing. It's the King of England. Nothing to do with them at all. It's a complete piss take. It done very well. 99.9% of people got the joke, but there was 4 or 5 people that turned it around and thought it was a joke or made it a joke.
Yeah.
Making fun of cancer. Now, anyone that's followed the page, and now I feel I'm getting into it. I'm going to rip the shirt off now in a couple of seconds. Anyone that's followed the page knows that the page, myself and French Toast and yourself have done more for cancer awareness, cancer charities, the whole works, or any types of sickness we do.
It's literally touched every family.
Yeah, every family. None more than my own and yours.
Yeah.
So there's no. But my point was that the Irish have an ability, and I call it a super ability, to lighten serious situations with humor, be it dark. And I wouldn't even consider that joke dark.
Not even close.
It didn't mention the word cancer.
We talked about this on this podcast before. Some of the best crack we've ever had is at funerals.
At funerals.
The darkest time.
At funerals.
Yeah. And some of the best sessions of my life.
Yeah.
Were at funerals.
100%. And another thing was someone goes, well that was another point that we've done so much more than these rainbow. And of course, when I went into the page as well, he has
It's a fucking mess of a page.
It's a rainbow, like the rainbow flag and all the fucking LGBTQRS fucking WIN whatever is up there, and I was like,
but also
here goes, and
Londonderry, the Londonderry thing,
yeah,
and 10 other things. That's just like, what is this page? This isn't like that's not a normal unionist page.
Yeah, it's true.
Because they're not fucking.
No, that is true.
Rainbow flag carrying at all.
No.
So this fucker's trying to take the piss from all sides.
But then there was something else there that I wanted to rant about. We Irish, we really do seem to excel in tough times, and we try and lighten the mood. That's why a lot of us are peacekeepers. That's why they always ask for peacekeepers in these places. But what else was I going to say there?
Well, I before you while it comes back to you, Neil O'Toole goes, Ireland would be wise to stay out of foreign conflicts, enough problems at home. I don't agree. We've always had a voice in the world, and we've got an important
100%.
And look at back in the 80s, the Dunnes Stores workers wouldn't touch South African goods, and that made a difference.
Yeah.
The women of Dunnes Stores in Dublin wouldn't touch the South African oranges.
Why would you?
That brought the government to put sanctions on them so they wouldn't import anything into Ireland, and that made a difference in the conflict.
Yeah,
we have to, like, say in Ireland.
Why would you say that, Neil? Why would you say that Ireland? Why wouldn't Ireland get involved in more than any other country? We're a small country, of course, but we've a big reach. More I'd like to think on the peacemaking side of things.
Especially when you see wrong in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you see stuff going on in Gaza or the Ukraine or whatever, or Russia going into Georgia a couple of years ago. Not enough people really talked about because it was just Georgia. It was out in the far edges of the world. Or you see Armenia and Azerbaijan going into sovereign territory into Armenia, and basically a dictator taking hold in there. And
Yeah.
that's not right.
No.
And we should.
But there's so many other conflicts that are going on in the world
Of course.
right now that we don't hear about at all.
Yeah.
And I'd say as big as Gaza, as big
yeah.
as the Ukraine. It's not bigger.
I think the Palestinian cause is something Ireland will always latched onto and will always feel an affinity for because of what's happened in the north and the way that it's been looked at, and it's a political thing. And the other side, Britain was involved. Britain was the one that partitioned that country and then gave Israel to the Jewish people as a nation state.
Yeah, going back in
So
history, yeah. That was in the 40s.
Well, the
Even
Balfour Declaration was before the Second World War.
Okay.
So they partitioned the Palestinian lands after the collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War One.
Yeah.
So all of this thing, it all has an effect, and Ireland will always have an affinity for the Palestinian cause because they see it within themselves.
Mhm.
And most people in this chat will be the same. And who's arming Israel? Britain and the US.
Yeah. But it's all just a quagmire of absolute pricks. I was going to say that word, but I've used it so much
Fuck
that
it.
yeah,
I'll say it for you.
it is just mental. And then you see, like, getting back then to Joe Biden just putting up something about the Kansas City Chiefs, a Super Bowl, and a game that
I'm going to share this again, guys.
a game that I just do not get. It's basically a 7-hour fucking advertisement board.
Like, look at him. What? Like, it's nuts.
Makes no sense.
He looks like fucking Terminator.
I'm actually. Do you ever get in your brain something that it's lodged there? I wanted to continue on the King Charles rant, and
Get in the chopper.
yeah, it's just literally rolling around my head. It's I can see it sometimes, and it just won't get down to my tongue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll park it and I'll get back to it. But yeah, that wasn't even the post that got taken down. The post that got taken down was the one with the toilet roll.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was quick. It's easy. People share it because the people tag each other. It's a bit of fucking crack.
Yeah.
You know, we call each other CUNTs every single day in a term of affection. Simple as that. And we'll never change. So the only thing is that if the pages were taken away, it would just make me concentrate more on the live shows. Maybe that could be a good thing. Maybe I'd concentrate then on getting more shows and doing live shows and putting more energy into the live shows, which I need to do as well. But
and that's a team effort.
Yeah, 100%. And we've a massive tour coming up end of April, beginning of May in Northern Ireland, and we have big news coming up.
And we hope we see all of you at it. Like, you know,
it'd be great.
Well,
but like I said, the page, the reason, and another thing, the reason the pages have got to the size that they have is that edgy sort of humor that I've put on.
Yeah.
If I started doing soft cock stuff, them pages would never have got to where they are.
But like we talk edgy humor when it's just me and you.
Yeah. It's just a done thing.
It's just the way we are.
There's loads of people that, and I'm not saying a bad word about any of these content creators. You know, there's loads. There's the two Johnnies. There's Rory Stories. There's Eric Roberts. There's Alan Clark. They're all brilliant video creators. It's just they have a different style to me.
Yeah.
You know, you'll never see them doing the likes of stuff that I do. Simple as that.
No. But like, look, maybe that's your humor is always going to get flagged.
Yeah.
That's just what we always have to fucking go. And it is what it is. You know, Cardinal, you're an absolute legend.
An absolute
Cardinal,
gent.
guys, cheers, lads. It's always been a great scene here.
Thanks very much.
Cardinal's been here since the start, man.
Yeah. Perfect, Chief. And we need to do, and I feel like doing, when I get this energy back again, that I've missed since Christmas, really, I'm definitely going to concentrate more on the YouTube page as well. So thank you very much, Cardinal.
I'll go back to some of the conversations that we, like, obviously we had some fiery conversations about different, like, issues and just our approach to it. But like, it is what they're what this channel is for.
Yeah.
You know, to have a a frank discussion and be open and honest and just, you know, have differences of opinion. But I remember when you'd put something up in the heat of the moment, and I've had other, and I've shared it and whatever, because it's your opinion. You're a part of that. Whether I agree with it or not, it's still your video to put out
Yeah.
and to be shared. And I remember a creator messaged me on the Dead Hedgehogs saying that, you know, you're promoting hate and that and all this type of bullshit. I was like, well, you weren't saying that when he was sharing, or when you weren't they weren't saying that when you were doing a charity run.
No,
for
or
kids
they weren't
with
saying it.
cancer,
They weren't saying it. They weren't saying it when I was
promoting their pages.
or promoting their pages,
Yeah.
or at the time of the lockdown, when I was anti-lockdown and anti-government, when everyone was sick of it.
Yeah.
You know, I was the golden boy then, but because I don't, and just because I don't have the same opinion,
It's a difference of opinion.
a difference
That's
of
what it's
opinion
supposed-
doesn't
that's what
mean
life
mean I
is.
don't like you. You know, and I have this thing on the live show that I put into it at the end. Just because I have what I think is funny and you don't, doesn't mean that I'm trying to be offensive to you. And it's just because you don't like it and you don't think it's funny doesn't mean it's not fucking funny. Some people will find comedy is subjective. What you find funny one day, you could find something funny one day and you could see it again in a week's time and think that wasn't funny at all, and vice versa.
And you could be wrong.
Yeah,
There's
and you could be
nothing wrong
wrong
with that.
and there's nothing wrong with being wrong. A lot of people,
I was wrong once.
well, you once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, everyone can't be right. Everyone
Except
can't be
me.
right. We're going to get back into the comments. Do you know what? Hold the fort there, Chris. I'm going to be as quick as I can,
Okay,
but I'm
too.
bursting for a piss. I took my diuretic before I came in.
Go for it. He'll probably come in talking about having a heart attack now or anything like that, you know. Well, why do I have why do I have to go on so much medication and stuff like that? You know the way he is. He's feeling sorry for himself. Shannon, you've done a huge amount of work for charity work, and your fans know it. Been extremely brave in your criticism of many issues. Look, that's the approach. You got to be honest, and I think that's why the things are growing here. Things are going well here. We're happy enough with how things are going. We've got every time we jump on these lives, we have great discussions with you guys. And look, sometimes I don't get things right, and sometimes Steve's don't get things right. But like, who gives a shit? You know, at least we're just trying to. But like, the way things are going, I look at them actually dismayed. Like, I was really, really annoyed at seeing that post about Joe Biden, and after reading that, it was literally minutes after reading that story about that kid in Gaza. I could not believe it. It's just like, what is going on with the world?
Quickest piss ever.
Cardinal goes, what's great is that the channel has discussions. Many do not allow a real back and forth, one-sided debate. Or you go on, you watch Question Time on RT or something like this, and it's all hammed into like 5 minutes, and no one's actually said anything.
No, plus as well, if there's anything juicy comes up at all, RT will shut it down.
Immediately.
Like that.
You know?
So even like the juiciest they'll throw out now is at a hurling match. What was your man's name? That Cork player?
Donald Cusack.
Donald Cusack. He had a bit of juicy stuff, and again, you could tell that they were trying to shut him up as
but like
well.
everything, like the amount of things that shared that, and he said one or two things about the renaming of Porky Queef. It's not that big a deal.
No,
they're 30 million euro in the hole.
Which
they have to sell some shit.
Yeah, but 30 million to the GA thrush me is
nothing.
Nothing.
And
Nothing.
Do you know what? Like
an amateur.
An
amateur sport. We're really hitting all the angles here.
Well, I tell you this much, right? The greed of the GA is absolutely no bounds.
No.
Right? I'll tell you about Mayo GA is unreal. So there is a 32 million euro payoff. Let's put a payoff by JP McManus. He gave €1 million to every county in the country.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he did that is because he doesn't pay taxes. He's a billionaire. He goes to Switzerland for 6 months a year. He's non-domicile in Ireland, so he doesn't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So he's worth over €2 billion a year. He gets.
Does JP McManus not pay taxes in Ireland?
He pays not a cent.
Oh my God! I did not know that.
So people think JP McManus, what a great man. 32 million euro to the GA, giving €1 million to each county board. Unbelievable, right? And that will do good to some towns and villages in Ireland. No
If it's
doubt
used
about
right.
it.
If it's
If
used
it's
right.
used right. But do you know what would be much more effective? Maybe the 200 million euro in taxes that he'd have to pay each year, so that nurses could get paid, or the guards would get paid, or the infrastructure of the country might just get a little
But
bit better.
Again, that would be
So
great. But
32
as
million
well
euro
as
every
as well
10
as the
years.
government, we use that 200 million
Well, yeah.
for that. Of course,
Again, we choose.
that'd be debatable too.
Yeah, well, we choose those fuckers, so
Yeah.
that's
well,
it. At least we
hopefully
have a
that-
hand in it. But like Mayo GA, they get €1 million. I play handball. Handball is the weak link in the GA, but they were in the
And it's a
original
great
charter,
sport.
original charter for the GA. There's 4 sports: rounders, hurling, football, and handball. How much money is handball going to make off that 32 that €1 million?
I would hazard a guess at nothing.
Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
So, but like, if you want to develop GA
And the thing
games-
is, handball is a worldwide sport, and
I've played-
it's a GA sport.
I've played in Spain, Belgium, France, and Holland in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
In the GA sport.
Yeah.
So you're talking about trying to get a big, like, look, it's a big payoff for, like, your man's given a €32 million philanthropic giveaway, right? Out of a way of not paying his taxes.
Well, and of course, you'd rather be looking at it than looking for it.
Oh,
you know,
100%.
but
But
in the grander scheme of things,
In the grand scheme of things, like, does football need to be developed in Mayo? Yes. Does it need to be developed as much as handball? Absolutely not. We're one of the best counties in the country. We are one of the richest counties in the country. We make more
GA.
money in the GA.
yeah.
So
I'd say outside of Dublin.
yeah, well, yeah, Kerry, Limerick, Mayo, they're fighting amongst themselves. But like, I look at all this, and this is just saying, the greed is boundless.
Yeah.
The greed is a problem in this country.
The problem is what happens in this country is people that get into position, they're going to change this, they're going to change that, they're going to do this, that, and the other. As soon as they get into some sort of power or hierarchy, all that seems to drift away. It's like, I remember making a sketch before. Politicians in Ireland are like bananas. They start off yellow and straight, and they end up they start off green and
straight.
green and straight, and they end up yellow and bent.
Yeah, that's a brilliant joke.
So that's the way.
I was actually
Unfortunately,
thinking
it's
of
the way it
doing
goes.
like a small reel series of all the billionaires that I've paid more tax in the last year.
Wow,
I was thinking of
you should do that.
call
Go for it.
call them out as
Go
like,
for it before I do.
well, I might do that. Well, Ollie Cassidy's FaceTime me.
Answer him there. Tell him we're talking about handball. We'll go through some of the. How
We're
are things,
talk-
Ollie? You well?
We're talking.
We're good. Good. Are you coming down for the live stream? Are you?
Would you come on? Would you come on for a chat? Doing the brakes in the
Do the
car,
brakes
guys.
in the car.
I'll give you a call back in 10 minutes.
a little impromptu call there from Ali. So we'll get through. We'll go on to some of the comments before we wrap it up. How long are we on?
We're on for 37 minutes.
Oh, lovely. We'll have another few minutes at it. So, show you lads, how are things? Liam, are you well over in Birmingham? Can't wait for the show on the 14th of March in Birmingham. It's going to be some crack. Sophie, you're the Sophie John man? You're so funny. Facebook are probably jealous. I would like to think so.
No, I wish it was jealous.
I wish it was that simple. What's the crack, lads? Cardinal, I must be way back in the comments.
Yeah, well, I was reading a few comments out when
Fair enough.
you were gone away anyway.
Involved as
I think I got
peacemakers,
as
but not
far as
taking sides.
I think, will you be in Londonderry?
Oh, Londonderry. No, we won't be in Londonderry,
But we'll be
but we'll be in Derry.
And
And
your mind.
I can even tell you the date, and I can tell you
Tell them the date.
the date is I think it's the 19th of April, and it's going to be a big one. I'm pretty sure it's in the Millennium,
Yeah.
which is a massive one.
So
And not only that, we're doing Letterkenny as well on the 18th. And I promise you, both shows will be absolutely off the charts. The energy that I'm going to bring to this tour is going to be incredible, because the North has always been this quagmire, like not so much of a graveyard to us. But what happens in the North is people buy the tickets, so you're expecting a massive crowd. And this isn't just me or $3 left. This happens to an awful lot of, especially comedy acts. We sell the tickets, and then half the people don't turn up,
yeah,
which is absolutely
you
mental.
might get 3/4 sometimes.
Three quarters just
At
turn up,
best.
and I'd rather see a massacre. And I've said this before in the thing. So if you're buying the tickets, come to the fucking show.
Don't
Basically.
not turn up.
Yeah,
But we'll
do
come
not
round
turn
to your
up.
house.
I'm going to
We'll
start
come
doing
round
that,
to your house.
and there's going to be headbutts, lickouts, and fucking cross-line arm locks galore.
And even no pinky up the bum.
Well, if you're really good. So yeah, we'll be definitely in the Millennium in, I'm pretty sure it's April the 19th, but we'll be announcing this very, very soon. Aoife Feeney, the funniest was people pointing out that you were speaking Japanese in the Chinese New Year video. I mean, if they don't know you by now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The joke was, I said Happy New Year. It was a double entendre joke. And a little bit of a thing at the end as well. So the joke is the video is very short. I go,
Konnichiwa.
it's Happy Chinese New Year to everyone. It's enter the year of the dragon, because it's the year of the dragon. And then I go, can you imagine that the Chinese having a full year celebrating women, i.e., women dragons? It was a complete piss take, tongue in cheek. And then I go, konnichiwa, ladies.
Yeah.
Now, konnichiwa is Japanese, and I think most people would know that. And I credited people with having the intelligence to credit me with the intelligence to know that konnichiwa was Japanese. But the amount of people that text me in the pages, and I know most of them were thought that they were, doing me a favor by pointing out my error. But it was
I know. It's amazing.
It was an error that I meant to make. It was an intentional error.
Yeah, but like,
And then at the end,
you gotta credit the people in the chat here. They know how stupid you are, so it's okay. It's okay.
But then when to sign off, you know how I say
yeah,
I actually say it in Chinese Mandarin.
Ooh.
So I do.
Can
So
you say again?
I fucking can't. I've forgotten
Fluent,
it.
everybody.
Forgot it
love
already. But I learned it that morning. I said this will be a good way to sign off. What was it?
Just in case anyone
Anyway.
is looking at the merch, which is on the screen now, we're out of the beanies. The beanies are gone, and they're being redesigned. So
Redesigned, yeah.
so they're gone. So if you got a beanie, fair play.
Send us in a picture of you wearing it.
Yeah,
Um,
or wearing nothing at all. That's why he likes.
preferably female. Joe Brawley was some man on the RT. Joe Brawley was some man on the RT.
Brilliant. He brought a bit of combativeness to it. That
Liam, you're 100% right.
There was a lot of times he really annoyed me,
Yeah.
and sometimes he was pointing out the obvious with
Yeah,
Mayo,
yeah.
but I didn't want to believe him.
Yeah, I know. But you see, that's it. You have to know when.
And he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but you have to know as well when
Like-
you're bet, and when he's making sense, you have to take it. You have to take it on the chin. You have to give it and take it at the same time. And that's what she said last night.
Cool.
So that I feel like I needed to rant more.
You feel that you've got out of your system?
No, I feel like I've something else. It just won't come to me. I got a mad burst of talk there, and suddenly now my brain is completely jammed. We have Valentine's coming up on Wednesday. I'm going to be in a show in Dublin in the Laughter Lounge with Alan Clark and Garen Noon. That's Valentine's night. Can't believe there's still about 10-15 tickets left for that. In Dublin, the February the 15th is completely sold out in the same place, the Laughter Lounge. Really, really looking forward to them too. I have something different planned for both shows, seeing as they're so close to Valentine's as well. I'm going to turn into a bit of a poet for a little bit of a segment on the night.
Well, that's not that we've heard you do it before, so
Yeah.
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 We're almost at time to wrap this up.
Well, yeah, we'll wrap it up now. I just
Um,
wanted a short and sweet one. Thank you so much, everyone, for for tuning in, getting involved as always a little bit earlier than usual, but we're gonna bounce around.
Big
Positive Energy goes, this is a great channel, Chris, you're a wanker. Oh, sorry, no,
yeah.
Anchor. It's easy to get them
It's,
two mixed up.
sometimes it's hard. It's hard.
It was in the distance there. So it was.
Guys, thanks for everyone for supporting us. A lot of people have bought merch, which is amazing.
Thank you so much.
We're going to be redesigning all
Cups
the merch.
are class.
The cups are really good. They look really cool and fair. Surprised your face is still on that. You've been using it so much.
Yeah.
But like, all the merch that's going to be there going to be stripped down in the next week or so. I'm going to design a whole new bunch of stuff. So grab some of the I might leave 1 or 2 t-shirts up there, but
Yeah.
if
Dude,
you
the
want,
t-shirts are actually very good.
yeah, they're cool. You
The
like
t-shirts are the t-shirt that came is absolutely class. Creamy pints, but we're going to redesign that as well. So
yeah, so
all good.
guys. Yeah, if you want to get some of that merch before we put out the next batch and redesign it all, go have at it. You can see the thing there. I'll also put in the chat box here.
I'm just
Right.
trying to think. I had something else to rant about, but we're just going to have to leave it till the next time.
The next round.
Yeah, maybe the weekend again.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good.
Right. Don't forget the pancakes on Tuesday tomorrow. I will have pancakes tomorrow, no problem. I'll probably have a ribeye steak on top.
Jade Elwood says Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
to all.
Valentine's to you as well, Jade.
And
I hope it's a good one.
perfect, guys. Look, thanks a lot for jumping on.
Till the next time, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay away from yourself.
Good luck.